Alright, hi guys, welcome to day 33. And we are going to continue from where we stopped yesterday, and our topic still remains redefining work. Yesterday, we talked about how we often misunderstand and misinterpret what work is, right? So today, we're going to be looking at the real work, right? What work really is and how it should be seen. Where along the way we've associated work with what we do, maybe in an office from 9 to 5, what we do when we get to school, or things that we do to earn a living, to get paid, salary, contracts, pension plans, and the rest of that. But the truth is that before corporation, before CVs, and before degrees, work existed, right? And it didn't exist like a means of survival the way it exists now, but it existed as a means of expression. And so the tragedy for our generation is not that we work too hard, that we work without knowing our real work. Okay, so the first point is that your real work is not your job, right? Or your job is not your real work. So a job is something you're paid to do. Your work is something that you're made to do, right? So there are two different things. You can work for survival to earn a living, right? So you can get a job rather to earn a living and to, just strive through life, right? But your real work is not, the goal of the real work is not to, pursue money or chase freedom or to earn a living, right? So you notice that when people say things like they don't want to work, or maybe they're feeling kind of lazy, right? It's not absolutely wrong, right? Or it's not absolutely their fault. But what they're trying to communicate is that they don't want to do this thing that continually empties them, even though they have to do it because they just have to do it, right? But they don't want to do it. So they're doing it just for the sake of survival and not for the sake of any other thing, just because they have to do it in order to get something else done. Because you also notice that people who tend to say things like that, or people who you may consider as lazy or not active, you see that they tend to spend a lot more time than usual doing other things apart from the things you'd expect them to do, like go to work 9 to 5 or go to school and, pay attention. You see them spending time probably cooking or researching or playing games or, just doing very random things that they spend a lot of time doing, right? So you notice that both things are work, right? Both going to school and reading and studying is work. And then this thing that they're also doing is also work, right? The difference is the work that fuels them. So you notice that, many people don't like, the 9 to 5 office work style or whatever. So the real thing that they want to do is the thing that they do during their free time, right? Or when they retire. But you see people saying things like, oh, I can't do this now, right? Maybe during the holiday or after the exams, right? I'll have time to do this because I really want to do this, but at this time I cannot do it because I have work to do, right? Whether you desire to do it or not, it's just something that has to be done because there's something that you have to meet, right? Even though it does not fuel you up. And the same thing applies for an office work too, right? You go to work just so that you can earn your salary at the end of the month. But the things you really want to do, maybe you want to, be planning events, be a photographer. Those are the things you do during your free time, and that's really your real work, right? So you see, it's different, right? So your job is different from your real work. So your real work, it fuels you, it energizes you, right? While your job can make you, feel exhausted, feel empty, and feel frustrated or sometimes. Also, work is an expression of your potential, right? So you don't just exist just to exist, right? We exist because there are certain abilities and capabilities we have to express. And the expression of these things is what we call work, or what you do to express these things is what we call work, right? So when you think of work, don't just think of school assignments, corporate activities, and all of those things. Think of, what activity do I do that, makes time disappear? What activity do I do that actually throws me up? What problems do I naturally want to solve or help or serve in one way or the other, right? So these are questions, that actually leads you to real work, right? And not the work that you keep or that you constantly want to be running away from. So now, what makes up this real work, right? So this real work is basically meaningful work, right? Because both your school and your job and other affairs that you have to do, work too. Everything that you do is basically this work. But what makes this real work different, right? When we say different is that it has a personal meaning attached to it, right? And that consists of two things. Number one, that is able to satisfy you, and then number two is able to serve others or contribute to others. So whatever work that you're doing, right, whatever work you enjoy to do, rather, right, or your real work, it should be something that not just satisfies you, right, but can also serve others. It should also be something that not just serves others, but also satisfies you, gives you a sense of fulfillment, gives you a sense of passion. So tomorrow we're going to be continuing in this series, right? I'm going to be looking at, how to actually find this real work or this meaningful work and how to engage it. So see you tomorrow.